Yes,
We're live.
Here, News AF.
Hi, everybody.
On a Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, everybody.
Best
Happy
day of the
Tuesday.
week.
Yeah.
Ready to go. Streaming live.
Yep.
For
Live
News
streaming,
AF.
live feed.
Okay. All right, here we
got
go. You ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go. Very special. If you're joining us here for the first time, News AF, we're going to talk about very exciting stories from the news. You can watch it every week on our YouTube channel. Go to newsaf.news for all of that. Okay. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast wherever podcasts are sold. Okay. Here we go.
And they're free.
And they're free. And we have a money back guarantee also. News AF. Hey, everybody, what's going on? I'm Rob Cesternino, back again to talk with you about the week's most interesting news stories for the week of November 12th, 2024, here on News AF.
If the story is buzzing like it's on crystal meth, it's about to be News AF. If the same old news makes you bored to death, it's time for some News AF. Actual, factual news.
Yeah, that's right. News AF is returning again to talk about some very interesting news stories here with the top panel. Most trusted names in news are back together. Here he is. He's pickleball's top influencer, Tyson Apostol.
What's up, everybody? I am back, and
Where were you?
I wasn't on the stream. I was
Wasn't
just
on News
living
AF.
my
Oh,
life.
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So I'm back on News AF on this Tuesday morning. I know Danny has some hot takes on all the Big Brother controversy that's been happening.
Wait,
so
it started? I thought it just ended.
the show ended. The controversy has not.
Oh, always rolls on.
Controversy is 365 days out of the year.
So we got that going on later. Good. Really looking forward to Danny's take there.
Hot takes.
Launched a new podcast called Midlife Crises.
Yes,
Oh,
that I'm excited for you, Tyson, but I'm a little worried here.
Are you in crisis?
I thought that we were your two bros to talk
You-
about
Whoa,
your crisis with.
You started a triple bro show, another one?
It's another triple bro show,
Oh my gosh.
but it's
Dude,
all about
Cheating on us.
it's all about death and depression.
Oh my God.
and sadness
dude,
and
triple bro?
coping with life, and just a little bit
How are
different
you going to
spin.
manage two triple bro shows?
It's going to be hard, but I found two guys that are both named Rob and Danny as well, so that it's easier for me.
So you don't say the wrong names.
Yeah.
Genius.
Yeah. I did think about us three. I was like, could we start another podcast called Midlife Crises? But I think it would be too adjacent to this that people would be confused.
Yeah. Plus,
So-
I'm not in crisis. At least not admitting it yet.
That's the problem.
So-
That's part of the problem, dude. I've come to terms with admitting it. And my crisis is not severe, but I definitely do take pause in parts of my life and be
And
like,
phrases like take pause definitely show your maturity.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So anyways, it would be awesome if you,
Well, what's it on? Where do we
Yeah, how do we
it's
find
everywhere. It's on YouTube, Midlife Crises. It just launched. I just saw it went up on Spotify. It's going to go up on Apple if it's not already up there, YouTube, all of that. So, yeah, so that's been working on that, kind of a passion side project. Just figuring, got to take control of my own destiny. I can't rely on the existence of a fringe sport to feed my family for the rest of my life.
Is
That's
the
right.
podcast itself evidence of a midlife crisis?
Yes.
Are you going to
That's
get a
the number
convertible?
one sign of midlife crisis is starting new podcast.
I
starting a
thought
new
it was a
podcast.
Corvette.
Yeah.
Like
No, I mean, it depends, but yeah, it's usually
A Corvette with a slightly balding ponytail look, right?
Yeah, you could do any of that stuff. I think Camaro is also, you can do Camaro
Right.
or a Corvette.
Do they even make Camaros?
Do they even make Camaros?
I
You
don't
can
know
even
if
get
they
one of
make-
the new Dodge. You can even get a Dodge Charger or something like
Wow.
that.
Yeah,
Just depends on
that's
what your
true.
budget is. And also, I saw a pretty fun meme about midlife crises that said it had a guy in front of a Corvette, and he's telling his wife, he said, "I've always been in a crisis. I can just afford it now."
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not that we've reached a point where we
Quarter
have to
life
get a Corvette.
crisis is no fun. It's not that grand.
Yeah.
Quarter life
No.
crisis is like gonna drink a bottle of vodka.
Yeah, you
And
probably don't
have
even
an
have a
avocado toast.
yeah, you don't even have a wife you can cheat on yet,
Yeah.
right? With your
There's no
secretary.
stakes in a quarter life crisis.
Yeah. So
3/4 life crisis, too boring. Midlife
That's what I'm
crisis,
saying.
perfect time to have a crisis.
it's the perfect time. You're in the sweet spot where you're still young enough to enjoy some of the thrills and spills of
Passions of
life and the
life.
passions of life. Yeah. So we're on there. One of our guys going through a divorce pretty painfully. So he has some
Oh,
good
perfect.
insight
Get to
there.
witness his pain in real
Yes.
time.
I mean, that's the
Mhm.
whole point of the podcast is to witness our crises and our, coming to terms with our mortality.
A coming
Wow.
of age story.
Yes.
Triple bro show.
So that's it.
Yeah.
That's
All
it.
right.
Yeah.
Dang. Now I'm sad.
Damn. Try
Why?
to follow that up, Danny.
Yeah. So, hey guys, what's going on? I don't know. Everything's pointless.
Yeah.
What is the point of it all? No. Let's see. Man, that really did throw me off, Tyson.
Yeah. I'm really curious to know why the divorce is so painful.
I think I think it was a shock.
Oh.
Why
But
are we
you
going
can
back to
find-
this? Can we find
Yeah.
something more light
Sorry.
and airy
Yeah.
and entertaining?
And
why?
also-
What's the source
Also,
of
the
this
other
pain?
thing, and William Drum is my co-host on there that has gone through divorce recently, and he was like, "Well, I just had this vision of you have this vision of what your life will be, and you get married, and you have your vision of with your kids and your family, and then that gets shattered or breaks apart or
Well,
something. Then
You
it's just
have visions.
like a reset of like what your life now has to be." So
You got to change up that dream board.
yeah, the dream board has to change up a little bit. So, I mean, Danny would just fill his time, I'm sure, with more adventures.
Absolutely. I know exactly what I would fill up my time
he actually only has one dream board, and it's the "if I get divorced" dream board.
Yeah, exactly. I know
Okay.
my dream board would be filled with
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
Corvettes and trips,
Camaro.
Camaros.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
guys. No, I drive a Subaru and my tires are so bald that they make
How bald are they?
Well, midlife bald. They make squealing sounds at the most gentle turn.
Mhm.
So like yesterday I was driving home from my parents' house and my car sounded like it was doing Tokyo drifting, but really I was making very slow turns because I'm nervous now at this point of my tires life that they could explode at any minute. Or
Your
I was just
tires,
going
you
to-
wish they were in midlife.
But the thing is, tires are one of the worst purchases, right? First of all, the tire
They're
lie
Turn
of
on them.
about
Are you thinking it's an investment, Danny?
it's never an investment, but the 60,000 mile promise of a tire has never in the life of any tire been fulfilled. And you're like, hey, this lasted 20,000 miles. Is there any kind of warranty? Like, no.
No, and you're like,
It
what
just-
about the 60,000 mile warranty? And they're like, oh, that doesn't cover driving.
Did you see this asterisk? That
Yeah.
asterisk is basically a middle finger to the consumer saying,
So-
good luck trying to get the warranty to cover
What car
that.
is it?
Subaru.
Oh, you're fucked, dude. You got to buy 4 new tires.
Yeah, I'm fine. You want to know what? I found a hack. Right?
I know the
found
hack.
a tire hack.
The
Well,
tire
what
hack
is it?
is you buy 2 for 1 on the sale days.
No. I kept my winter tires on, and yeah, I couldn't hold a conversation in my car year round because the tires were so loud.
Yeah.
But those tires lasted longer than any tire I have ever had.
So you just
And-
put winter tires on full year.
Full year, not with studs, right? We have a pair of those sitting, in the garage that Liz is too embarrassed to put back on her car. She says it sounds like she's rolling up in a tank, which is cool, but she finds it embarrassing. So do the kids. So mine were just regular winter tires, heavily treaded, and they lasted forever. And so that's what I'm going to do. It's just a painful
right.
purchase. I just don't
Danny's
wanna
tire
make-
tips.
Tire tips.
Tire tips.
And I know nothing about tires. Let's be very clear. So I am currently driving on probably, the most bald. The guy who changes my oil, I know him very well. He's like, I probably wouldn't drive if it rained. That's
Yeah.
So it's raining today. I guess I'm stuck at home podcasting.
Because stay home, you got a great excuse.
But
Yeah,
still,
you'll
You don't have to
hydroplane.
drive Santa Claus around this year.
I can't believe you remembered that. What a
Yeah.
year that was.
Yeah.
That was a great year.
So, Danny, a couple things with the Subaru, because it's all-wheel drive, you have to replace all 4
That's
at the
right.
same time
Mhm.
for sizing issues and alignment and stuff. So they all have to be exactly the same diameter within like a 1/16 of an
Yep.
inch.
I'm
And
well
then-
aware of the all-wheel drive conundrum.
But a lot of places will do a 2-for-1 tire sale. So you just wait for that to happen, and then you get 4 for the price of
Thing
2.
is, I can't wait for anything because the minute it starts to rain even more, I'm now locked in home. I can't even go to get new tires because the tires are so
Mhm.
bald.
yeah.
I'm driving a car. I'm riding a sled at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't have to worry about any of this because my
don't
wife
drive.
runs over a nail about every
Oh,
3 weeks.
how
So we
do they
never
just
even
find
have to
those?
worry about that getting
And then
to
you go in
a
and they
certain
put a new
mileage. Yeah.
tire on because of the warranty with the nail, right? Unless
Uh,
it's a sidewall, then they don't warranty sidewalls.
Yeah. So yeah, they never once get oh, this is an easy one to fix. We can like that. She hit that nail right in the right spot.
The best part is when you know there's a nail in your tire and you're just like, it's only a slow leak. So you just drive around with a giant nail sticking in your tire.
Seems fine.
Totally fine.
Yeah. All right.
I'm
That
sorry,
concludes this week's segment, Tire Talk.
Tire talk with the bros.
Yeah.
My check engine light on my van's been on for about a month.
You don't have to worry about that. That's a
I know
scam.
it's
That's
gone
all.
off. It's turned off a couple times and then come
Yeah.
back on.
Yeah, you're like, how? It's like you blew into the disc, the CD thing, and it just
Yeah.
turned off. It's all a
Yeah.
scam.
Yeah. All right. Last car thing. Yeah. My car is telling me it's like, take the car for service. Like you're overdue for service.
Don't do it.
I bring the car in for service. They're like, why are you here? Like you don't need service. Like, can you in the car get on the same page, Hyundai?
Yeah. Like it's gonna be $500 to turn off the service light.
The car said, bring it to you. You're telling me I'm not supposed to be here.
Yeah. Scam.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oldest scam in the books. Okay.
Oldest
Yeah.
scam in
All
the
right.
books. It's all
We
baked
got
in.
some big news to talk about. Big movie coming. The Wicked movie.
Oh, I thought it was Emoticons 2 or whatever that
Emoji
one was.
movie 2?
Emoji
Oh,
movie 2
Emoticon.
with Mike White.
That sounds
Mike
cool.
White's Emoji movie 2.
He's got too much going on right now. He's got too much going on. I mean, back then, boy, if we knew the trajectory that he was going on, the rocket ship that he was
Straight
about to
up.
go on,
Yeah.
never would have made a joke. But now,
Really?
We could-
I would make jokes all day long still. They're funnier now.
like tires, your mileage may vary on that.
Okay.
So, all right, the Wicked movie is out, and they got to get all of the toy marketing out there. And the people over at Mattel, they thought of everything, adapting the witches from the movie Glinda and Elphaba into brand new dolls. However, they made one little mistake.
Okay.
Teledildonics.
No.
Ah, well-
Easy mistake to make, by the way.
Easy
When I
mistake.
saw it, yeah.
Easy mistake to make. Okay, so the movie is Wicked. They put on the box for more. Hey kids, go check out wicked.com.
Guess what kind of site that is, Tyson? I don't have to. You probably have it bookmarked. So
Oh, yeah. It's pornography.
Mm.
Oh, now we're going to get social media flagged for that. If
Uh-oh.
anybody does the background, it's going
Yeah.
to be like, Tyson, on 1328
word
of your live
pornography.
video on News AF podcast, you mentioned the word pornography. And then 30 seconds later, you mentioned the word pornography
to
again.
bleep it.
And
You
then
have to
10
bleep
seconds
it.
later, you mentioned the word pornography again because I just said it 3 times there.
You know, on
Okay.
my YouTube channel, I bleep swear words and I get made fun of for it because they say, "Why are you bleeping swear words from grown
Who
men?"
makes fun of you?
Commenters?
Okay.
So
Classic.
the only people that matter.
Yeah.
I'm like, Liz will be like, "You're fine. You're such a good person." I'm like, "That's not what the commenters say."
Yeah.
Liz.
Hmm.
But anyway,
Yeah.
back to the dolls.
So the movie website is wickedmovie.com. But
Mhm.
Wicked,
Wiki.com
yeah,
takes you to, and if you open it, what's the homepage look like there so people can know the differences?
of wicked.com.
Yeah.
I'm not going to open up my work
Yeah,
computer.
don't do it. I know I've told
Danny?
this. I know I've told this story before where I was in a school work group and we were trying to find out, we were looking for business ideas. I'm like, let's see if the URL is available. So I said, I think that site that you use to check URLs is called, and I know I've told the story, Big Daddy or something like that. And so
Yeah.
and the whole work group is around my computer as I type that in. Shocking. Nothing was said as I quickly closed all windows. And then I'm like, oh, it's
High-fived
called
everybody.
GoDaddy.
GoDaddy, not
is
Big
what it's
Daddy.
called.
BigDaddy.com.
I like what was happening in my head? What did I just seen earlier that made me think that?
My
It's gonna
friend's
register
dad.
at BigDaddy.com.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
My friend's dad was trying to order some sporting equipment, and he's too old to really know how to use the internet. So he asked my friend Jill, Jill, Sean's wife. He asked Jill to open up Dix.com because that's where he bought the first, that's where he bought the first sporting goods from. So he figured they'd have them online at Dix.com. And Dix.com is not the name.
That is
Does it link to BigDaddy.com?
But look, we bring all this up because obviously the person who was doing the packaging was a boomer or me or older, and they just assumed like, oh, well, dude, don't have to check. Obviously, that URL is probably available. It's just going to be wicked.com.
And a lot of times these pornography pushers, they will purposely open URLs that are akin to something that is not expected to be pornography. But this sounds like this was a little
like
bit of
Arnazon.corn.
like Arnazon.corn is a tricky one. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, guys, I have so many packages waiting for me. You just reminded me. I've been getting all these text messages that my package is being held and they just need some vital information.
Come see your package for
They charged
free at
me-
Arnazon.corn.
They charged me you just got charged $300 on your
but at least I'll get my package. It's being held up by the border. So that's always what they say.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I got to get those.
You should go get them, dude. So that's
Easy mistake to make. I mean, they should have double checked.
I'm also never like, ooh, a movie's coming out. I'm gonna go to that movie's website. What is the traffic expected for? So like if a new Terminator comes out, are you immediately like, Terminator.com?
Oh, dude, I'm playing their games, their Terminator games. I'm dressing myself up as a Terminator, because they've got
I don't think people are visiting a movie URL, fortunately, but maybe they are. And if they are, then they got a little bit more than
they've got a lot of time on their hands.
Again, I don't know what's going on over at wicked.com, but if any of the executives over at wicked.com, if they're not already in production on the Wicked movie,
oh, yeah, sexual parody,
adult film parody.
Yeah.
Like this is the time to strike. And then people
I'm
go to
here to
wicked.com.
fix your
They'll be very
cable.
confused. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to cast a spell on you.
Yeah.
I actually don't know what Wicked is about.
I
But
don't
I know there's a witch. I know
There's
a
two
witch
witches.
involved.
Isn't there a good and a bad witch? There's a green witch and a not green witch.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's all I know.
Wicked
That's
witch
from the
and then not
commercials.
wicked witch. Yeah.
That's from the commercials.
Mm-hmm.
So, but whatever the case, if you want to go to wicked.com, you've been warned. And if you want to go to wickedthemovie.com, probably not that cool.
All right. And then Wicked opens up in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Oh, thank goodness.
Dude,
Okay.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
I'll probably
gonna
take my
be
kids to see it soon.
Big movie. Big movie.
It is?
Yeah.
I haven't really seen a ton of hype about it. Like
I
I've
think
seen
they're singing in it.
a musical. Oh, my kids will love that.
I think
seen
there's
the
a ton. There
commercials.
is a ton of hype. I think there's probably
There's
just not
tons of hype.
reaching you.
I've heard nothing but Ariana Grande news for the past 2 years about her and Wicked. I just saw a spray painted Ariana Grande is a goddess. That was just something I saw a couple of weeks ago. So obviously some people are super hyped for this.
Yeah.
Not me.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's talk about some news that's going on here in the Carolinas. 43 monkeys are on the loose.
They've already been rounded up, Rob, just to give you an update.
Update.
Yeah.
43 monkeys have been apprehended at this hour.
In South Carolina?
In South Carolina. Yeah,
Man, they were
Danny,
getting
what's
close to
going on
you.
with the monkeys?
They escaped from a research facility. No word
Nothing
on what
to
they
worry
were
about there.
Yeah, exactly,
Yeah, that's
right.
fine.
Never seen a movie where this led to something bad.
Where this wasn't ground zero or ground patient zero or whatever.
And it seemed like I just saw a headline that said they rounded them all up, and so we can all relax. We can all put away.
You just read the
giant
headline
nets.
without reading the article?
Yeah, I didn't read how many people got bit or what kind of disease is rapidly spreading through the Carolinas, but they're all caught.
Okay.
This is why I keep a giant
43 is
net.
a lot.
Yeah. Who left the door open?
Probably one monkey opened the door and they all escaped.
You think that it wasn't like activists like on 12 Monkeys that ran in and opened the gates
43
to all of
monkeys.
them? Yeah, 43 monkeys.
Yeah,
Mhm.
forget 12 monkeys.
Yeah. While
43
everybody's
monkeys.
distracted this week, we're going to let the monkeys out.
Yeah. It's I don't know. I feel like I should know more about this story. Like the headline itself isn't enough.
Okay. Well, that the monkeys escaped. I don't believe that it was any group claimed responsibility for letting the monkeys out. They just basically found the door unsecured,
Okay.
and so they
From
were
the
from
Head and Shoulders testing facility.
Yes.
Axe body spray.
Axe
No
body.
wonder the monkeys wanted to get out of
Yeah.
there.
So Alpha Genesis is the research facility in South Carolina
Cool
that
name.
let these monkeys leave. They claimed there's no health risk to the public and they are disease-free. They're a little skittish.
All monkeys are a health risk to the public.
Yeah, that's a
they've
lie.
invented a new monkey. Unless they're working on a new monkey that isn't a health risk to humanity.
Do
they're
you
a health
think
risk.
a place called Alpha Genesis isn't pumping these monkeys with like creatine and like secret drugs? I mean, Alpha Genesis, come
Yeah.
on, dude. That's a nefarious business name if I've
Mhm.
ever heard
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
If it were Beta Cuck Industries, then I would be like, okay, these monkeys are
Yeah.
not scary.
They're very docile.
But
Yeah.
Alpha,
They're very
Al-
docile. We just
Alpha
like,
Genesis.
yeah.
Alpha
We-
Genesis Maximus is
Yeah.
horrifying. Like,
Sigma.
yeah,
Why not throw that in there?
yeah. These guys are ready to bully humans.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Beta Bros Research Facility.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
worried.
Not worried.
They are working on the Axe body spray. These guys are working on some kind of like
They're working on the pheromone Axe body spray that will make women attracted to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah. One secret the love experts don't want you to know about. Axe body spray with pheromones experimented on monkeys.
Yeah, the CEO of Alpha Genesis said, I think they're out having an adventure.
that paints it in such a cute
That's
light.
It's like a
That-
children's book.
Yeah, that really
Yeah.
doesn't seem like he addressed the issue at all, not even like a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I always thought Curious George was
Mhm.
like not a great story because Curious George at any moment could flip a switch and just start gnawing on faces.
No, but this Curious George was created like in the 40s or 50s or something when people actually had pet monkeys. When you
That's
could buy a
crazy.
pet monkey.
I don't
and
think
s-
monkeys go on adventures. I
Like
think
that?
they go
That was the-
prowling.
That was the part of the story, Curious George, the adventures and everything.
He always wandered off.
And then he always got in trouble, but then he always fixed the trouble
Right.
that he made, and then everybody considered him kind of a hero. But I think like when I read those Curious George books, I'm just like, there was a time when you could have a pet dog, or if you wanted to pay extra, you could have a pet monkey.
Yeah, I always thought it was a terrible idea when I read those books. Like, dude, if I went into a toy store and I saw a monkey throwing toys off the top shelf, I'd be like, no, thank you.
Yeah.
Not for me.
That's why, I mean, that's probably partly why you can't buy pet monkeys anymore.
Oh,
in the
yeah.
United
That and the
States.
violence.
Yeah, all of it.
Well,
Well,
these are little tiny
little
monkeys. They're only
tiny
like 7
spider
pounds.
monkeys,
Yeah.
and to be honest, if it were legal to own a golden tamarin and I felt like I could treat it and give it all the love and everything it needed, look up golden tamarin.
I'm going to look that up. I'm wondering what that is.
I would have one of those sit on my shoulder all day long.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see.
Golden tamarin. It's like an older tamarin.
No, still looks
Like
too
the
much
Golden
like a monkey.
Bachelor.
And in this picture, it's got its mouth open and I'm seeing some sharp canines.
But they're teeny. It's a teeny tiny little guy.
Hmm.
As if
With-
teeny tiny things can't cause damage, Tyson.
They can, and it's
You ever
got,
met
it's
the
got like a,
mosquito?
it's got like a lion's mane.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does have a lion's mane. That part is kind of cool.
yeah.
So,
We
anyways,
got lion painting back.
yeah,
Oh,
let's get
yeah.
those monkeys, and we should.
Well,
you know,
Danny said they already got him.
They already rounded them up.
yeah, but we don't give them back to Alpha Sigma Industries.
Yeah. Once they've tasted freedom,
Yeah.
good luck getting them back in the cage. Once they've seen the outside world.
Well, I can. Yeah, Alpha Alpha Gen Genesis.
Next time they
Maximus
dose them up
Industries.
with the creatine Viagra,
Yeah.
they're gonna
That
rip
is
through the
for
bars.
sure what they were testing on those monkeys. Oh, a girthy
Good
stimulant.
luck.
Oh my gosh, dude. Just like legs and dog just swole. Can you imagine the vascularity
Oh
on
my
those
gosh.
monkeys?
That's a whole new
dude?
category of pants.
They're gonna hump their way out of those cells.
That's probably what they did.
You don't
Smash
think that
the
the
pages.
you don't think hockey jeans are even going to be enough to contain?
No,
the-
no way.
No, way too
the
girthy.
creatine Viagra supplement takers.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right. Well, maybe a new place for us to stop and get another breakfast together. Okay. Applebee's and IHOP are merging in certain
Nice.
locations.
Wait, who will retain the name?
So
Who
I
won?
think it's combined. I think
It'll
it's like
be-
one stop shopping.
Oh,
Apple Hop?
it's like the A&W
Oh,
Taco Bell.
yeah, Taco Bell. Which, by the way,
Mhm.
I try to avoid. They can barely do one thing well. Like, what are the odds you can do both?
No, but an
Uh,
A&W
no,
slash Taco
Tyson,
Bell is just a Taco Bell because
No,
nobody
no,
orders
KFC
burgers.
Taco Bell is what I'm
Oh,
thinking of.
KFC Taco Bell.
I'm like,
whatever.
that's too much.
Yeah, because some people do get the KFC over the Taco Bell, but like there's an A&W one that's a hybrid of another restaurant. I don't remember what it is.
I just think it's too much. Now you're asking the kitchen to cook these weird.
I think it's
contrasting
okay.
meals.
I think it's okay if one of the restaurants was never getting any business anyways. Then they're just like, just specialize in the one menu because the other ones.
It's like I don't want them making shrimp scampi
Yeah.
in the same
Okay.
place they're making my French toast.
Okay. Well, it's going to be more focused on the IHOP in the morning and
Mm-hmm.
then Applebee's in the afternoon and the evening.
Yeah.
I'm not- I mean, I haven't been to either of those in a very
I
long
took the
time.
kids to IHOP recently for the first time ever.
Yeah.
We were like, we're going to have breakfast for dinner. And they were like,
Did they
what?
like it?
I mean, they got the birthday cake batter pancakes. Of course they liked
Yeah,
it.
they liked it. But Danny,
Yeah.
didn't you go to IHOP for
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving?
That was the
one
last time
year?
I've been. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like 10 years ago, maybe
And
8 years
did
ago.
you get turkey and gravy.
No, it was the best Thanksgiving meal I've ever had. Pancakes.
Wow. See?
Yeah.
So I never go to
No,
these restaurants.
no, hold
but
on.
best-
That was like one time in like 20 years. And now
but
that
the
they're
best
joining
Thanksgiving
forces.
ever.
Last time I went to Applebee's, I think I was with you, Tyson.
Oh.
Yeah. And we raged
while.
out of there.
you had to rage out of Applebee's?
We didn't want to eat there. That wasn't our choice.
That
We
was
had
our
other
choice. We got-
friends.
Yeah, we got pissed. Yeah, I got very upset because we were planning to go somewhere delicious, and then we ended up at Applebee's, and I was very mad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. This is a
So-
very, very long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So long ago. Now Tyson's more mature. He'd be like,
Yeah.
I don't want to eat here, but I will if that means keeping our friendship together.
No,
Mhm.
I wouldn't do that. I mean, I would sit and maybe find something to eat, but my kids like that stuff. So now it's like
That stuff.
Marlo's favorite restaurant is Chili's because they have mini hamburgers,
Oh.
the best mac and cheese ever, which is
Mhm.
it's literally just boxed mac and cheese. They just mix it for you there and charge you $10. And then I think they like any place that has like the little iPads out that you can play games on.
Mm. And then
Mhm.
when you
Olive
watch your kids
Garden
touch
or
that, you're
Chili's.
like, don't touch it.
Yeah.
Please don't touch that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't touch that. Oh,
And
you're
people
touching your
knock
mouth.
these places, but these are good places to go with kids.
Yeah, they really are.
I went to Texas Roadhouse last night.
The kids probably love throwing peanut shells on the ground.
My kids.
They don't really throw the peanuts on the ground anymore.
What?
I don't know. I don't think it was like a COVID thing.
Huh.
Yeah, the
They give
communal
you like a
peanut.
bag of peanuts and they give you like a bucket.
Oh.
Yeah. Any place.
Oh,
with a
they used to do
bucket,
that before. They did a
But
bucket
that
of
place
peanuts
gets
and a bucket
crazy. Like
Yeah.
if you don't go there, like especially here, that if you don't go at like by 5 o'clock, like the line is around the
That's how
corner.
it is
yeah,
here.
people love it.
Love
I don't.
Texas
I don't like
Roadhouse.
places that give you buckets.
I don't like places.
Makes me feel
that
more
have
like a
lines.
farm animal than a human. Like, I'm
Really?
just being fed slop with my buckets.
Yeah.
Even if
Got
it's
buckets
salted
everywhere.
peanuts.
But the peanuts were in a bag. We put the shell in a bucket.
I know. Still a bucket. I don't really want to see a bucket. I don't want to consume a bucket load of anything.
I'm gonna
Mhm.
take the kids to Texas Roadhouse.
Good luck. You'll have to go at 3:30, and my
Go
kids
early.
spend the whole time covering their ears.
Why?
Out of-
Too loud?
They hate
It is
country
loud.
music, and
Oh.
it's so loud. Last time we went there, which was a long time ago, one kid didn't even eat because he couldn't take his hands off his ears. So
Let's being a little bit
Stop
of a
going.
diva. Come on, you
Oh,
can listen to one
absolutely
country
a
song.
diva.
Yeah,
I don't mind it, and the food's decent.
Mhm. Yeah.
So, I mean,
Yeah.
it's no Applebee's IHOP combo.
Yeah, it's
But-
delicious.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Now, were you guys on AOL back in the day?
Oh yeah, I was in those chat rooms.
Yeah. Oh, AOL Instant Messenger. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, some sad news because the guy who recorded "You've Got Mail" has died.
At least he died before he got to see You've Got Mail die. That's gonna
did
be
it
on its
die?
last leg, right?
Mhm.
Oh,
Who's
it's
using AOL Mail? Anybody?
Well, were people
Some
using it
some
before?
boomers or like
Yeah.
people like that got their
AOL.
first email address like in their like 50s or 60s. Like they're not going to switch to Gmail.
Some of these people who get to voice popular things, they get to live forever.
They get to live forever with us. Yeah.
Possibly.
Aaron, who posted this story in our Facebook group, that he posted it with just the comment, "Goodbye."
Oh.
He
Yeah.
also said, "Welcome," and file's done.
Wait, those were his phrases?
Those were his catchphrases.
Man,
Not-
I
not
miss
great.
that guy.
File's done.
I wouldn't even know what his voice sounds like.
Was he a guy where I was going to look up on my email account and see if I knew anybody with an AOL address still, because you just type in AOL
Yeah.
and probably options would pop up. But do you think he was just a guy internally at AOL and they were like,
Yeah.
hey, we need
Yeah, he
someone
was.
right now? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Yeah.
man, it's just like in a blink of an eye, his life changed right there.
He was so famous.
He was so
Yeah. So he worked at Quantum Computer Services, which was eventually AOL, and
Yeah.
then they grabbed him.
I mean, that's no Alpha Genesis, but
Mhm.
still
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
yeah.
Probably weird when he used to go on AOL that
And hear his own voice.
hear his own voice.
Or it's weird when he opened other email platforms and he didn't hear his voice and he's like, AOL has this function where it talks to me in my own voice.
He demands that all his friends use AOL.
Yeah.
To my friends and family, I will not be responding to emails that are not AOL based.
Yeah. Probably like at parties, people are always saying like, "Oh, say the thing."
Oh,
Yeah.
he hated that.
Can you say it?
You've got mail.
Yeah. So there
In
he
the
is.
movie, You've Got Mail. Do you hear his voice?
Sure.
Maybe. I bet you do. Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet that
Probably.
made him famous, even more famous.
Danny, do you remember the plot of the film "You've Got Mail"?
Tom Hanks,
Yeah.
Meg Ryan.
Meg Ryan. Yeah.
That's it. That's all I remember.
I get that confused with "Sleepless in Seattle." I don't know what the difference was.
They're the same. They're the
Mhm.
same movie.
Well,
They're
why
pretty much
wouldn't
the
you
same.
make the same movie after you probably made tons of money on
Yeah.
whichever one came first?
Exactly.
Yeah. So his name was Elwood Edwards. He
All
died.
right.
He was 74.
R.I.P. Elwood.
Yes.
You did it, bud.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You did it.
You know who has an AOL address, not to call anybody out here?
Who?
Jervis Peterson.
Oh, okay.
AOL, American Online, right? That's what that means.
Yep.
Yeah. I've got 2 contacts in all of my Gmail contacts
Yeah.
that have an AOL account still. Only
They
2.
might have given him like a lifetime membership when he was like really famous in 2000.
did.
They're like, "Hey, Jervis, we're gonna like we're
Here's
gonna
some
make you the
CDs to
face of
upload."
AOL. Here's a lifetime membership."
All you have to do is put this disc into your disk drive and then it will upload and then it will, yeah. Very cool.
Discs were so stupid.
Yeah.
Every time you
Remember
put a
that?
disc in a computer, you're like, this probably isn't going to work because
Yeah.
half the time it didn't.
I don't know how this works. And you got them in the mail. They're just like free 50 hours free of AOL. Just plug your thing into
Yeah.
your phone
Yeah,
jack.
Now, if you put something into your computer that you get in the mail, for sure, it's a virus.
Don't do it.
Your bank
Don't do
accounts
it.
will be drained.
Okay. All right. I think this is a story that might be giving Danny the
Oh, yeah,
heebie-jeebies.
My kid, vintage only.
Let me
Okay.
see.
Tyson, do you
Yes.
ever buy anything at the thrift shop like Macklemore?
I did before it was
Do you ever
cool.
pop some tags?
I did definitely before it was cool. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well,
I have boxes of vintage clothing still at my parents' house,
Ooh.
and my mom keeps saying, "Can I get rid of these?" And I keep saying, "Let me go through them," and then I keep not going through them.
That's pretty classic vintage clothing treatment.
Yeah.
Well, according to this article, that demand for secondhand and vintage clothing has surged in the last few years. Now, maybe that's because that the Gen Zers like to wear clothes from the 90s, but you would think that COVID would have put a damper on some of the secondhand clothing market. But a new study has shown that a lot of secondhand clothes are covered in millions of microbes of bacteria, fungi, and viruses.
Even if you clean them with soap and hot water.
Well,
Have you? Well, I bet you that will help. But
Mhm.
Tyson, come on, you can't wash some of
Yes.
those things.
I mean, if you had, yeah, that's true. Like the leather jackets and the fur and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's used to be the vintage stores used to be the best place to buy fur jackets, and they were hilarious. You'd go buy a fur jacket and wear it around and look really fancy.
He
and
just ignored the bites, the
Yeah.
small
just
little bite.
ignore
None of that mattered.
You're like-
secondhand clothes giving you parasites like
Yes.
dermatitis and scabies.
I never
Ooh,
got those
that
that
sounds
I
bad.
know of. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Scabies.
Scabies.
You must thoroughly wash and disinfect vintage items.
Mhm.
Yeah, no kidding.
But then
My
that
kids,
takes
this is
the
all he
vintage-
wears. He and all his friends. This is all they wear. It's
Vintage
great.
90s or
Yeah.
vintage. Yeah. So I
Vintage
have vintage
90s.
70s stuff, like original bell
Just wait.
bottomy
It'll come back around.
70s gear.
Mhm.
Yeah.
In Spain,
Yeah.
every vintage shop was vintage 90s. Every teenager in Spain, vintage 90s. It was like insane how huge the 90s, which I had hoped would never return,
Yeah.
Yeah.
came
Why?
back. I thought the clothes were ugly. It was just like a bunch of slobs.
Yeah. It is very slobbish.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's bad.
And can we get ahead of it? Can we buy up all the 2000s clothes?
You could. I saw that skinny jeans are starting to come back again
see,
already.
I don't need that.
Well, what do you like, Danny?
Oh,
Yeah,
are you
what do you
serious? If
like?
you looked at my legs, bro, I can't rock a skinny
But
jean.
okay, but you
Hockey-
didn't like
hockey
the
jeans.
baggy jeans then.
Okay, let's be clear. Baggy jeans are okay, but what they're wearing right now are
Curtains.
Jenkos.
Yeah.
They're wearing, yes, thank you, Tyson. Curtains
Yeah.
on
Hmm.
each leg. It is like so entertaining to see them walk around. Just like so, a stiff breeze could potentially lift them up. They're wearing sails on each leg.
Parasailing.
Yeah. And it's not just like here, it's like teenagers all across the world are wearing very comfortable curtains.
My mom never would let me wear pants that big. I could wear
Yeah.
baggy jeans, but I could not wear the giant Jinko ones.
Yeah, I
that-
wasn't allowed. I had Gerbos, which I mentioned to my kid. He's like, "Oh, what are those? They're probably stupid." I'm like, "Okay."
Okay,
not-
dude.
I'm not gonna-
I was the richest kid in high school back then, and Gerbos signified how rich you were because they were $80 a pair.
Right, $80. Come on. Now the Jenkos he buys from people in California cost like 3 times that or
Yeah.
whatever.
But where's
Or
he
more.
buying them on eBay?
Yeah.
He's all over the internet looking for a fresh pair of Jenkos.
On AOL.com.
On AOL.
Buy some of
thank-
those AOL CDs. They might come back.
Yeah.
They could.
Jervis is sitting on a gold mine.
I wish that I had had the foresight. I mean, because if you bought Jinkos back then, they were like, I don't know, $40 a pair, $60 a pair. And you just buy a ton of them and stockpile them. And now they've 10x'd in 20 years. That's pretty good.
You know, Marie
Yeah.
Kondo's always like, throw everything out. And
Yeah.
then basically, yeah, she's out there picking it all up, reselling
Oh, you
it.
think that's her scam?
Yeah.
Amy Bonner in the chat says she used to love her Z Cavaricis, which were a poor man's Gerbos. that if you couldn't quite get to the Gerbeau level, you'd get the Z Cavaricis, which had like a label inside the zip fly, which was cool. And Z Cavaricis were a close second to Gerbeau in status. So I wasn't allowed to have either. And I couldn't even get Levi big jeans. I had to get
And look at how you turned out.
Yeah, with all this resentment towards not having
you can tell you're kind of angry.
the blue and white striped Gerbeaus. Did you have the blue and white striped ones, Danny?
Let's just assume I had the nicest, coolest pair of pants ever. All right. I don't know what they were, but let's just assume they were that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, let me show you about something that people are worried about. There's slimy orange alien egg pods are showing up.
Sounds
In
like
the
fish
river?
eggs.
In the river.
Sounds like fish eggs.
Yes. All right. Check this out. This is no fish egg, Tyson. Look at this.
Oh man. That is a hornets.
Go on. A
Murder
murder
hornet?
hornet's submersible nest.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What is that? Do they know what it is?
Yeah. No, it's kind of a fish egg.
Looks
But,
cool.
it's
I also don't know
called-
how big it is. Like, what if that
Yeah.
guy is way
How-
back? Like, how?
You think
How-
that it's like a forced perspective issue
Yes,
here?
it's for sure a forced
No.
perspective.
You think so? Because look
Also, it can't be that dangerous. That guy's being pretty casual around
He
that
doesn't even care,
giant
dude.
sack.
He probably took a bite of it right before this photo was taken.
They call it giant, right? No, slimy orange alien egg
Uh,
pods.
Yeah, clickbait. So I saw this headline,
Hmm.
refused to click on it because
Yeah, but you
it just
weren't
felt
looking
like
for
it was-
News AF stories like I was.
It was too clickbaity.
Yeah.
Like, no, don't. Number 3 on the list will really blow your mind.
Yeah. Will really blow your
No,
mind.
thank you. I'll read the first 2.
Yeah. I looked at one to see if I had to click through. And once I learned it was a click through, I backed out.
Slowly.
Okay.
Like,
So these I saw are some sort of little.
it's in the same category as like the creatures that wash up on the shore. Maybe a little bit more interesting.
Okay, so it's called a bryozone.
Okay.
They're hermaphroditic organisms that cluster into egg-like pods.
And if you
Oh.
boil it, it creates a delicious soup.
Is that true, Danny?
Probably.
Probably for the locals. You just boil that for an hour, throw in some
Mhm.
onions, some garlic.
I would
Got
never.
a
I'm vegan.
stew.
Unless I wanted to, then I would.
Hermaphroditic what? Insects?
Organisms, yeah.
Organism.
Not
And they just can
insects.
reproduce at will.
Yeah.
So they say
Ah.
that these colonies can grow up to 2 meters.
That's
So I
pretty
do
big.
think that they are pretty big.
6
That
feet.
is big.
Yeah.
I don't want to see a colony of any.
But they say they're harmless.
That's what they say. That's what they say until they get you, you know?
Whoever
The
says
first
that, I
demon to
dare
swallow
you
it up
to put your face into that thing.
No
into the
way.
2-meter
Right?
colony.
Oh, if it's so harmless, just put your face in the colony.
Probably get scabies.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
probably safer than
Scabies
Worse
putting it
than
squared.
like vintage Jenko jeans.
Yeah.
Put your face into the crotch of some vintage jeans.
Oh man.
Come
All the
away
blood-
blind with like pus coming out your ears.
All the butt juice
It's not
on
me
those.
saying that. It was like that's an article. That's
That's
science.
an article.
Never
Scabies.
Yeah.
put your face into vintage jeans.
Your eyes are
crotch
swollen
area.
all the way shut, so it looks like you have a
Mhm.
butt crack going all the way. The length of your face turned sideways as where your eyes have swollen all the way together with pus coming out your ears.
Yeah, exactly.
Infected, stinky pus.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Gross.
Is there any other kind?
Yeah. There's
Speaking of, I got a huge splinter yesterday. Like,
Yeah?
I can't
You
even-
okay?
the size of
still
a
in?
fingernail. I took it out, and my biggest fear was the pus infection thing. So I dumped so much rubbing alcohol on it. And I thought, this
Well,
is good pain.
You only get pus infection from splinters if you can't get them out, and then they stay in
it
for a
was
while.
super easy. I just grabbed the one end with my finger and pulled it out. It was
Yeah.
huge.
Yeah.
Still safer than putting my hands into a pair of vintage jeans, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or having them in your home.
Mhm.
We've got some butter news also
Oh.
to break down. A couple of big butter stories. First, Costco is recalling 80,000 pounds of butter.
Oh, dude. What for? They want to cook something delicious?
No, it seems like it's perfectly fine, except that they forgot to put on the package a link to an adult film website. No, they didn't put on the package that
Wicked.com.
Butter.com.
Butter.com. They didn't put on the package that it contains milk. And so for Kirkland's salted and unsalted signature sweet cream butter, they did not include an allergy warning for the milk.
Well, now's the time to hang outside the back of a Costco and get yourself.
Yeah. So if you have a milk allergy and you were buying this butter, there was no way for you to tell that this butter contained milk.
Yeah. I think we'll keep ours, but is this a class action lawsuit if you already...
Not yet. They didn't let it hit the store shelves.
Oh, okay.
Oh, thank goodness.
So 80,000 pounds of butter down the drain.
Wasted.
Meanwhile,
they can't repackage it.
Maybe they will. I don't know what's going to happen. They took it off the store shelves.
Yeah.
But then, up in Canada, big problem. All the butter is getting stolen. And we're recalling the butter for no reason. In Canada, thieves are making off with all of the butter.
Did they? So here's the remedy. Just give the thieves the butter that's recalled and everyone's happy and nobody.
Maybe they're flipping it. Maybe you can't move butter that doesn't have the milk label on it.
Oh, yeah. Did they check in with the guys who were in charge of the maple syrup heist and the cheese bandits? Because those might be the same guys. That sounds pretty similar. If you're going to have a pancake, you need butter and maple syrup.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And a cheese biscuit probably has butter and cheese.
Yeah. So in Canada, the butter is getting very expensive and the thieves are just knocking off grocery stores, making off with hundreds of dollars in butter.
It's got to be shocking when you what they take. It's all butter.
The butter.
Yeah. Butter's worth more than gold right now. Why didn't they vote for the candidate up there that would promise to lower butter prices?
Oh, I think they will.
Do you think
they haven't had their vote yet.
Okay.
Do you think they have infomercials about investing in butter?
Yeah, they do. Yeah, the coins made out of butter.
Yeah, exactly. Get your whatever.
Selling
inlaid,
also a refrigerated safe.
Yeah, inlaid butter with the Canadian flag.
Here's a photo of the suspects making off with the butter.
Oh.
Yeah.
If you've seen these men.
I don't know who the people are that can identify.
Bring a slice of bread.
That doesn't look like enough butter.
No, it's expensive.
A duffel bag of butter.
How expensive is butter in Canada?
I'm going to go to the World Butter Index.
Just go to butter.com.
Butter prices.
Yeah, go to the commodities.
Canada
the ticker.
Butter market. It's been a while since I've been here, but I do have it bookmarked. Butter Canada Statista market forecast.
There's butter cereal thieves in Canada right now.
Ooh, LinkedIn has Canada butter market by application. A lot of Canada butter
making
news.
off with $1,000 of butter, $1,200 worth of butter.
Man,
there is a butter market index here.
Yeah. What I would love to see is that these thieves, that they're on the run from police and they're trying to escape, they get stuck in a railing.
Modern Farmer says $9 butter.
They butter themselves up.
Yes.
$9 for a stick of butter, or for a pound of butter, or what?
Yeah.
A kilo of butter.
Is they
$7 a pound? $7 a pound is what Amy in the chat says. So maybe they gave it to you in U.S. measurements because they knew you were searching from the U.S.
Well, they gave it in dollars too.
Yeah, $7 a pound.
Is that a lot?
I don't know. Should I go to the fridge real quick and see?
We're like those rich people who, when asked how much things cost at a market, they're like, look, milk must be like at 50 cents.
Yeah, $300 a gallon.
You're still out of touch.
Is it $300 a gallon?
I'm just trying to think of other things that I buy by the pound. Like I could probably do a conversion to cold cuts.
I don't know how many sticks of butter is a pound. That's the issue.
We're not well versed in butter.
$7 a pound seems a lot. Seems expensive.
I think a stick of butter, I think you can probably get 8 sticks of butter for a pound. So maybe it's $1 a stick.
It's so hard to convert butter from
butter
kilos to pounds, then from Canadian dollars to US dollars.
Yeah.
I'm willing to just accept the fact that it's expensive and it's worth stealing butter.
Mhm.
I think let's drive a truck up there. Let's get all this Costco butter, drive it up, sell it for $6 a pound. Call it a day.
I bet
How
you they're
many-
checking cars that are entering Canada for butter. 100%.
Everyone's
got
saying, oh, go ahead.
They've got butter sniffing dogs at the border.
Butter sniffing dogs. Yep. Yep.
Well, can't
Okay.
you just tell when somebody drives in with butter and they're just like mouth is all greasy from eating delicious butter covered?
What you tell them
yeah.
is like, I need you to turn your heater up all the way. And
Yeah.
then you just watch them.
Just watch them
Yeah.
if they get
Watch them
panicky.
sweat.
Yeah,
Look at what-
that's why this is butter stealing season. You can't do it in
Yeah.
the summer.
No.
Steffers in the chat is what she's doing is she's going into raves and selling sticks of margarine as butter.
Oh, that's a dirty
Yeah.
trick.
Sometimes the marketing on some of
Like
those, you can't
selling
tell.
aspirin as selling aspirin as ecstasy in the same club.
Mhm.
Classic
Yeah.
move, Steffers. Yeah.
All right, Danny, are you ready to take us to your bolt hole?
I've got some exciting news for Tyson. I can't
Oh,
wait to
okay.
share.
Here we
Oh
go.
my
Let's do it.
gosh.
Mhm.
Welcome to my bolt hole. I think you're gonna like it.
I bet Danny's gonna invite me on another adventure.
I think you're gonna feel.
You're always invited,
you
Tyson.
belong.
Okay.
I'm knocked
Okay.
All right, Tyson, as you exit the prime
Yes.
of your life,
Yes.
the hot, sexy years of your youth,
Correct.
and you enter this painful middle age moment,
Yes.
right? Before
Yes.
you accept middle age and old age, and then you just become a grumpy old person.
Yeah.
And then expire.
I know you're probably thinking about taking up activities, and you have taken up some middle age activities like pickleball,
Yeah.
and
Disc golf.
disc golf,
Watching
and
TV.
an activity you took up in your youth that I always thought was kind of confusing.
Bird watching.
Right? Okay. Swarovski, they don't
Uh-huh.
just make crystals, right?
They make
also
lenses.
make lenses and binoculars.
Yes.
They have a new set of binoculars out, and I
Yeah.
thought of you the minute I saw this.
How much?
They will use AI. Everyone's
Mhm.
using AI to identify the bird because bird watching is a great late middle age activity.
Correct.
So now to fill out your little booklet, you know how you have all those booklets in bird watching, you try to fill
Yeah.
out every one. Just let the binoculars do all the work. They'll tell you exactly what you're looking at
Oh,
if you can afford them, which as a middle-aged person, you probably can. $5,000.
No problem. But they also have bird feeders that identify the birds for you in your
Yeah.
backyard and stuff. They have that technology already. I don't hate it, but something about, for me, the binoculars just being lenses and looking through it, I think it's going to be different when you look through it. It's like
That could be cool, like a CIA, like
Mhm.
looking up a
Yeah.
a person that's been caught on some.
can I just
surveillance.
do this with a Vision Pro? Can I do
you
my
could.
bird
Oh!
watching then?
Yeah.
Put your goggles on your Vision Pro. That's too many steps.
I mean,
We
the
don't
whole
need that.
reason to go bird watching is for the quiet and peace and slow meandering. So I think that this will take away from that.
The true bird watchers will
Yeah.
shun this technology.
Exactly.
But all the
Mhm.
newbies, all these guys who are turning like 45,
Yeah.
they're new on the scene. They're like, dude, look at this technology. They'll show up there
They
in
need
the
Their list
wetlands.
of spotted birds
Yeah,
quickly.
they're like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, that is the blue-nosed bill. And the guy's like flipping through his book. He's like, dang it.
Yeah. They
Wanted
just
to
go
ID
out
that
with the
before you.
Swarovskis and just like swing them around the air, and it just
Oh, yeah.
captures a bunch
And,
of
dude,
sightings,
they're slaying.
adds them automatically to your log.
Exactly. And they're slaying, whoever has this, they're
Yeah.
like pretty hot stuff on the boardwalks and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Okay,
with
fine, I'll get
other
'em.
people.
Yeah.
Pretty sexy when
Well-
Tyson takes out a Swarovskis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess, you could just be like with the other bird watchers. Like,
Yeah.
oh, yeah.
Yeah, right. Get out of your
That's-
Corvette. Don't
Hey, how
even
did
get out
you
of your
know
Corvette.
that?
What do you got? The Vortex? Those are stupid.
Yeah, hey, I'm just gonna put my top down here on my Audi convertible, and then I'm just gonna look for birds. Oh, saw one already,
Yep.
identified it, and then you're gone. Go to IHOP.
Is Porsche Boxster better? Okay, our AI image.
What do you got,
Porsche,
Tyson?
Man in a convertible bird watching. Yeah, a man, middle-aged man, or even
is
an
it?
old man.
I'm really
middle-aged man.
No, I'm really interested in what it thinks a middle-aged man looks like.
All right, middle-aged man in a convertible.
Yeah.
hmm
Looking through binoculars. Something with, but yeah.
Wait, hold on. Let me make sure. Looking for butter with binoculars.
Yeah.
There's no chance. Okay.
It can't do this. Only humans can be that weird and creative.
Mm-hmm.
Also, we've got monkeys in the mix here. So if this doesn't work out, let's throw some monkeys into the AI image.
Yeah.
Let's see when it comes up. Okay. All right. So, all right. We managed to get a middle-aged man.
Yeah, let me see what
Smiles
that
from
looks like.
Rob.
Okay.
Yeah, no smiles.
from Rob.
Smile
But-
of approval.
Yeah.
That actually, I like this second. I like the one where
He looks like he's gonna off himself.
Yeah,
here.
it
Go
looks
to the
like
next one. Go to the. I like that one where that looks like something Swarovski would come up with, where it's like attached to your face.
What
That guy-
kind of car is this? Where the lady
oh,
is?
dude, you
the
can swivel
future.
the chairs.
Yeah, the future.
That guy's a little offset on his. Oh,
These actually aren't bad. They all have weird body proportions,
But
but I guess
did we
that
put-
happens when you're middle aged.
there's no butter. Did we put butter in the mix?
Mhm.
Yeah,
I
it's
like-
like it just ignored the butter. It made the car a butter color.
Yeah, I like the number 2 one. This is my favorite one where the guy's just like, huh. Yeah, that one's my favorite.
That's the advantage of the strap on.
Yeah, I
Is
would
that
use that.
you
They
can
can
rest
still.
your chin in your hand while you just gaze out there at the wetlands.
I like that it's like a monocular too. I would be okay using that unless we want to keep experimenting.
I say we experiment. We should try at least one more.
Okay.
Okay, what do you got?
All right, let me look.
We talked about the Wicked movie website.
How about
We talked the
monkeys in
monkeys.
IHOP eating pancakes with butter?
Okay.
That should be easy.
Monkeys in a restaurant. You're not going to be able to say
Yeah, you're right.
IHOP.
Well,
or IHOP
maybe.
that comes up with the funny logos sometimes that are
Yeah,
like weird. Yeah.
I poop.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is Rob smiling?
I also asked for Wicked movie website mistake. We got
Okay.
some fake Wicked
I do see it
websites.
smiles on the corner of Rob's mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we
he's
go.
liking
Yeah,
this.
so here's
Well, that looks too
Moki
good.
Nedgar.
yeah.
Yeah. I like the made up languages that it does.
These are two.
Don't
These look
click on-
legit.
yeah, don't click on the wrong Wicked.
Maybe
Yeah.
that's the mistake was because they used AI.
Did they use AI to make the package? Okay.
Mhm.
Here's monkeys in the restaurant.
There we go.
There, that
Here's
was
one.
easy.
These are
That's
waiting.
an
They're waiting
IHOP.
for their table.
How come they don't have any food?
It looks
Did
like
you
his mouth is zipped shut.
Did you eating pancake? Oh, that's a breakfast, at least a breakfast
Let's see.
scenario.
Oh, okay. A monkey's in a restaurant eating pancakes.
yeah,
You want,
eating
Danny?
pancakes. Yeah. Oh, man, I feel like pancakes.
All right. Give that a second. Danny, what do you have coming up?
Ooh, what do I have coming up? Planning a trip, an adventure.
Yeah.
To
Yeah.
New
Tyson-
Zealand.
Yeah, Tyson is invited. He
Did
just
you already
has to
get
be able
flights?
to run. Yeah, I already got flights. He just needs to run 36 miles
When is it again?
in December.
Oh, you're going in December now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
36 miles. Could you
What-
train?
Yeah, I can train a little bit. I can
Get some new
train.
sweatpants,
Yeah.
new pair of Nike tennis shoes.
Okay. 36 miles in December. Maybe I will.
All right. So there you go. That's what I'm working on. I'm working on
Okay.
Tyson.
All
Okay.
right. Here we go. Here's some monkeys.
There we go.
Okay, so
Yeah.
here's we got a bunch here. Okay. So here's one. These are solo monkeys.
Yeah.
Actually, I like this
I like that
one
one.
that has
I like
and this
that
has
one.
some butter on the pancakes.
Yeah, that's
Mm.
great.
Canadian
This-
butter.
This guy's going to town.
Yeah, with biscuits. Okay.
They're so well behaved.
Yeah,
they're all
this
just
is not
staring into the
true.
void. They're all
These are
just-
hardly Alpha Genesis monkeys.
No, an Alpha Genesis monkey. would
especially
be-
that one. No,
That one's great.
Yeah.
but that's not
okay.
Alpha Genesis. I like this one.
We'll save
Yeah.
it. Okay.
They're not those monkeys are not chugging Viagra create
Not yet. Not yet. And they wouldn't
yet.
even. Pancakes are too high carb for those guys.
No,
Yeah.
that's true.
All right. They might be stealing the butter to feed the monkeys at Alpha Genesis.
They could.
Yeah. All right. Tyson, what's coming up for you?
I am covering Survivor like usual.
Sure.
And I am also now starting the Midlife Crises podcast. And other than that, just trying to get the kids outside because the weather's beautiful now. So going on weekend adventures. So that's been fun. And that's it. That's all I got.
Okay. All right. And then I'll just be keeping the podcasting going here at robhasawebsite.com. Thank you so much for joining us here for News AF. Once again, we'll be back next time. Take care. Have a good one. Bye.
We did it, guys.